Welcome back, students. In today's class we will continue exercise 3.4 understanding quadrilaterals, chapter 3, question 1. Here in this exercise 3.4 we have the question 1, that is, state whether the following is true or false. Few statements are given. We have to just find out whether the statement is true or false. For this first one given is all rectangles are square. So we'll just see whether it is true or false. So here all rectangles are square. So we'll see the properties of, so statement I will just write all squares. The answer is all squares are rectangle. All squares are rectangles, but all rectangles are not square. So all rectangles are not square. So what is the answer here? So answer here is false. So all squares are rectangle, but the rectangles are not square. See, this is a square and this is a rectangle. So all squares are rectangle, but these rectangles are not square. So these both are, few points I will just mention. Both are of type, this square and rectangle type, quadrilaterals. And interior angles equal to 90, equal to 90 degree. So but in the rectangle, opposite sides are parallel to each other. Opposite sides parallel to each other. In the square, all sides are equal. So this is the difference. So the point is, that is, all the rectangles are not square. So the answer is false here. So we move on to the next one. B given is all rhombuses are parallelogram. So what happens here? We'll just see. So this one is, I'll write this one square we'll write, for example, and one rhombus. So it will be just like this, or I'll write, so this is a rhombus and this is a square. So the question given is all rhombuses are parallelograms. So what is the answer? We'll see. First we'll see rhombus. So squares means all sides will be equal. So here also all the sides will be equal. Sorry, I am taking, this is rhombus and I'll take a parallelogram. So here in the question they have asked, so we'll take one square and one parallelogram. This is a rhombus and this is a parallelogram. So what happens here? Rhombus we'll see first. So rhombus have opposite sides parallel parallel and opposite angles are equal. Opposite angles are equal. So this one also I will just write. We will take this for example. See. So this is a rhombus. So first one is a rhombus, this one is parallelogram. So here I am writing for rhombus. So rhombus, what happens? Have opposite sides parallel and opposite angles are equal. So next is, so hence we say what? Every rhombus is a parallelogram. So what happens? The point given here is true. Is a parallelogram. So here opposite sides are parallel and opposite angles are equal. So hence every rhombus is a parallelogram. Now we move on to the what is a parallelogram. So in the rhombus equal sides also and equal length also. I will write here equal sides and equal length. So what happens? Equal sides and equal length. So now parallelogram, what happens? Parallelogram, opposite sides are parallel to each other. But here opposite sides means here we can write instead of this equal sides and equal length. Don't want this. So just write equal sides and equal length and opposite angles are equal. In the parallelogram, opposite sides or parallel to each other. That's all. So answer here is true. Or one more figure you can even write. Okay, I'll just write true. These other two examples, it is correct. Both we can have two diagonals. So that is all. We found out the difference. That is, all the sides are equal and equal in length in rhombus, opposite angles are equal. But here in the parallelogram, opposite sides are parallel to each other. Then this is the true. Now we move on to the next one. Next statement is all squares are rhombuses and also rectangles. Also, what is the answer here? First we will see. So this is a square. This is a square, then we'll take this is a rhombus. So then this is a parallelogram. So three figures. So all squares are rhombuses and also rectangles. Square, first point we write square is a rectangle. So all rectangles are not square. Square is a rectangle, or rectangles are not square. So next point is this one, all squares are rhombuses. This one, see, all squares are rhombuses and rectangles. All squares are rhombuses and rectangles. So now what is the answer here? This will be true. So what when square is a rectangle, then all the rectangles are not square. So this one is rectangle, but all the rectangles are not square. But all squares are rhombuses and rectangle. This is the question here. So answer is true. So we move on to the D point. D given is all squares are not parallelogram. So third point is all squares are not parallelogram. So for this, so this is false. So for this we have some points I'll write. The opposite sides are the opposite sides of a parallelogram. Opposite sides of parallelogram or of equal in length or of equal in length, as we know. So we know this one, just write this one a square and this one a parallelogram. So this one, so we can say hence opposite sides are equal, sides of a parallelogram equal in length. So hence we say squares with all sides equal sides, only squares with all this, if it is a square with all the square sides equal or parallelogram. So what happens, this one is false. So finally we can write all squares are not parallelogram. So here what happens, the answer is all squares are not parallelogram is false. So it should be equal in length, but in the parallelogram sides will not be equal. So this is false. So next one we move on to this is D, then we move on to the E. So here they have given us all kites are rhombuses. So all kites are rhombus. So I'll write the figure, this one. So this is a rhombus, and I'll write kite. This one is a kite. So we can write two diagonals are okay. So here two diagonals and these angles are equal, opposite angles here. So we'll write the points, all kites are rhombuses. So here also this becomes false. See, all sides of a rhombus, or by seeing the figure only we can tell that answer is false, equal and opposite angles are equal. So next point is all kites. So this one is a kite and this one is rhombus. So all kites are not rhombus, not rhombuses. So here only difference. Here all the sides are equal. Here the opposite angles are equal. All the sides are not equal. So the answer is, and here square is a rhomb. This square is a rhombus. This one is a quadrilateral. So false. So next point we move on to the F. All rhombuses are kites. So take the example, same thing. I'll just write this one is a rhombus and this one is a kite. So these opposite angles. So what happens, all rhombuses are kites. This one will be true. So all rhombuses are kites. So previous all kites are rhombuses. Now here all rhombuses are kites. In rhombus, some points I'll write. In rhombuses, diagonals bisect each other. each other. Similar in kites also, in rhombus and kites, diagonals bisect each other. So here we can see that is the opposite angles are equal here. So here opposite angles are equal in kite. So what happens? This is all rhombuses are kites are true. So answer we write is true. But all kites are not rhombus. So this is F. So we move on to the next question. Sorry. Some more is there. G is there. So for this one, G, 2 points are left out in this. All parallelograms are trapezium. So all parallelograms are trapezium. So see, this one is a parallelogram and trapezium I'll write. This is a trapezium. A, B, C, D you can name. So is a first one, this is a parallelogram. Then this is a trapezium. This one is a quadrilateral. Has two pairs of parallel lines. Parallel lines. So opposite angles are equal. So therefore, then this one is also a quadrilateral. Then it has at least one pair. So here one pair of parallel lines. So what happens here? The answer is true. All parallelograms are trapezium. So one pair of parallel lines are there here, but two pairs are there. So all parallelograms are trapezium. Next, so all squares are trapezium. Again we'll take this square and this is a trapezium as we took in the previous problem. So what happens here? All the sides are equal. Here only one pair is parallel. So here the answer, see, and these two one equal. So here all the squares are trapezium. So the answer is true. So no need to any points. You can refer the previous points, then you will get the correct answer. But this is true. So this is the solution for the first problem in the exercise 3.4. If you have any doubts, comment me. Subscribe my channel. Thank you.